Hey guys, first time on the channel. Today I'm talking about story time about the first time that I smoked weed in school. Now it was a Wednesday in November, and all I know is that it was like my fourth or third time smoking weed, so I didn't have a high tolerance. My first time I was really fucked up and blazed, like it was really fucked up. It kind of was a good time, but it was also a bad time. But I'll be telling that story time next time, next video, which is probably gonna come out I don't know a couple days after this one does. So anyways, me and my friends are already in the bus. We take bus because the school was a bit far and I didn't like walking. I mean, I couldn't walk. It wasn't really that far. It was like maybe a 30-minute walk, but I was a slow walker. Like I took my time walking, so it was like a 40-minute walk. So me and my friends are already in the bus. We're just talking. Now my friend Alex and John both brought up an idea, which I kinda was into, but at the same time I was really scared because if I got caught, I would have gotten in so much trouble. So they asked me if I wanted to smoke weed in school. I was like, I don't really know, guys, because I wasn't really into weed that much. Like I did it, I liked it, but like I didn't really, care too much to the point where I would risk me getting caught in school. So I was like, eh. But my friends kept telling me to do it and like kind of succumbed to peer pressure. But like, I probably would have said yes either way. So it didn't really matter. But yeah, we're like a block away from school and he shows us the weed that he has. Like, and like this shit, like, usually John had some like badass weed. Like now thinking about it, it was bad weed. It wasn't good weed. But this time he got some really good weed. I don't know if it was from the same person. I really doubt it, but it was different because the weed it had like these orange. It was orange, okay. It wasn't like it was green. Had the orange. You know when that weed just like it looks like medical weed, but it's not. It was basically like that. Like it was really good for not being medical. Like not from dispensary or anything. And like I knew some places where you could get some, but thing is, I didn't like asking because they overcharged a lot. Like they charged like 50, especially because I was little. I only knew because of that because of a friend that used to buy from there. But he used to have like a job already and shit, so he used to buy it no problem. But for me, who had no job and was like 13 at the time, I was like, fuck that. I'm not paying $50 for weed. I'm probably gonna waste really fast in like 2 days. Cause if I bought weed, bro, like fuck, I was finishing that weed that same day. Like I would buy a lot only from my friends. Like my friends would sell it to me cheaper because we're really close. But like I would smoke that shit like the same day, like all of it. Man, I don't really care because I wasn't really feeding for weed at the time. Like at the time, I wasn't really into weed, so like no, I wasn't really too much into it. It wasn't something that I really did every day. It was like more like a maybe weekly or like maybe two times a week. Not really a thing that I did that much. So I wasn't really feeding for weed. But the more I started using it, the more I started feeding for it. Like I gotta admit, from a lot of things that I've done, weed has been one thing that I've feeding for a lot. Like, bro, I used to go to my floor because I used to sometimes drop little pieces, like little small nug pieces, and I wouldn't pick it up because it'd be high as shit. I'd just like pass out because I would be fucking sleepy as hell. I would just go to the bed, sit down for a little bit, and then, like wake up. So I never picked that up because I always forget. So what I would do is I knew this after a while, so I decided, fuck, I have no more weed. I need some. So boom, I'll pick it up. I pick it up, and I have topic so fast. Wow. Anyways, fuck. Okay, let me end this part. Basically, I used to just smoke weed from the floor that I used to drop because I was a fucking fiend the more I used it. But yeah, back to the story. So, me and my friends, he shows the weed, looks really fucking good. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm ready for this. So we should smoke from like this like we would smoke from not really a bong, like it was a pipe. It was like a pipe. It was made out of plastic and it had a glass top. And you could basically it was like a pipe, it looked like a pipe. Not pike, pipe. Like one of those like old pipes, basically like that. One of those old pipes you see from the old movies. One of those. We smoked from one of those. And it was pretty good, not gonna lie. The only bad thing about it is that it had like because it was just straight, it didn't like really bend or anything, it was just like a straight pipe. When we smoked that, it would like if you inhale too hard, the ash would go through a little hole that you would put in and it would just fall down and go to your neck. I remember this one time I was smoking weed with them and I inhaled too hard and like some of the ash that was still burnt at the time went on my throat and it hurt, bro. Like I tasted the iron, like if I cut myself. So I was like really fucked. Like I hated it. And it kind of discouraged me from like smoking weed with them. But like I still smoked. I don't really care, bro. Like one time thing, really, because like it didn't really happen that much. It happened like 2 times. The first time was only like the really bad part, which was that time. But yeah, so we're getting ready. He starts breaking up early in the what's called grinder. He had a grinder. He started doing it in the bus so he could like he should grind it up because like he should grind it up, make small pieces, and then make them bigger by each. So like he would basically fill the bottom part with one like good little small piece of weed, and then fill the top up with grinded weed. So it like like smooth a little more better. I like fuck yeah, cause like if we grinded it, it would fall right through the hole. The hole was like this shit was like pretty cheap though. Bro. You could probably get this for like $5 on Walmart. I'm not gonna lie, this shit was pretty cheap. So yeah, we smoke from there. So the bus stops. He finishes grinding his weed. We leave. We go to class. The thing about class is that if you arrive before basically 9, you don't have to really be in class. You can be in the lunchroom and you can just eat and you can go to the bathroom because there's no teachers. Like the thing was, when you go to the bathroom, there'd be a teacher monitoring who would go inside and who would go out, because a lot of kids there would usually like fucking like smoke weed or like vape in the bathrooms. So in the mornings there was no one there to fill that up, so you can just enter there without writing your name on this piece of paper and everything. So me and my friend decided to go there, and we went right below the stall, which had a vent right near it. And my friend, who used to be really tall, every time he would light it up, he would like light it up there, take a hit, pass it to us, and then put the thing back up there, so it'd fall in the vent, so it wouldn't really, do anything. Now I was thinking about it, it's pretty stupid, because like they just made it the smell go morely everywhere. Because I didn't know at the time, but the vents were just connected to like this fire alarm place, which like basically helped smoke travel around. So if there was any smoke, basically any firearms could hear it. And we cooked, like it kind of like could like basically let any fire alarm basically. I'm fucking so sad, bro. Like I'm stoned right now, so like it's kind of hard to fucking talk. But yeah, basically they just used to help, I don't know, fires, prevention or some shit. I don't really know. Like I found this out after a couple years because like a teacher told us. But yeah, so basically just helped, smoke shower around the vents. So then, if there was any smoke, a fire alarm will pick it up. And I was like, I didn't even fucking know that. So like we just kept doing that every single time we wanted to smoke in school. But yeah, we're smoking in school. Now we probably should have brought cologne or eye drops, but we didn't because I didn't know it was gonna happen. He just told us on the bus. We kind of didn't really plan this out too much. So yeah, we're in the bus. We're doing this shit. We're about to smoke it up. We're about to fucking take these huge ass bull hits. Like I know I was gonna take these huge ass bull hits because like my lungs like were tough as fuck even after when I first started smoking. Like for me, like I could smoke a lot. I don't know why. I just could. But the more I started smoking, the more my tolerance kind of got fucked up. My tolerance got a lot more weaker. But yeah. So I'm smoking weed with my friends there. Taking hits. I'm stoned. Like I'm taking these hardest hits. Like I wasn't expecting this. Like these hits were like hard. Like what I would do is I would take a hit and then slowly let it go away. So just so I could like see the smoke slowly, because I thought that was like so cool. Like the thick smoke go away. So I was like, fuck, that's so cool. And I just smoke it out and then boom, we just go out. My friend who used to know how to do tricks, he used to be able to do like circles. He used to like ghost inhale that shit. I was like, fuck, that's cool. But the only thing I did was like just like let the smoke slowly exhale from my mouth. So like cool. But yeah. So we're like already on like, let's see, he had like maybe an ounce of weed with him, and we were only gonna smoke half. So like we were gonna smoke the half here and then smoke the other half after school, because there's this park that we used to go to that was pretty fucking cool. Because think about it, it was a playground connected to a school, but there was crates and we would go on top of the crates. So we're smoking, we're stoned as fuck. I take out my hoodie because my hoodie smelled. My friends keep theirs on. I don't know why the fuck they did that. Kept theirs on. We go to class again. There was no teachers there. Like no teachers were in class, so we just go in there. We're waiting. 10, 15 minutes pass. Finally, our first period teacher comes in. Right off the bat, she could smell it. Like, it must have been strong, because, like, Even before she went to class, she could smell it. And we were the only three there. Like, we got, like, our bus came early, and no one else in our class really went to our bus. It was only us. So we got there early. So we're just there, fucking looking stoned out of our minds. But I kept my head down, so I was sleeping. I was just pretending to sleep. She would call my name, but I pretended to sleep, and like, because I had my hoodie on and I didn't smell, she went towards me and she smelled me. Like, I heard her, I heard her like sniffing on me, and she was like, okay. She just like, I didn't even hear anything. She just stood up and said, "You two come with me," because they smell like weed, and they didn't say anything. They're like, "Oh, he's in a part of this," so they were covering. They were gonna snitch on me. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So I fucking thought. Anyways, 20 minutes come back. 20 minutes go by. My teacher comes back. I'm still pretending I'm asleep. Like, I'm listening to music. I'm like, fuck. I'm like so stressed out. I get called up. My teacher looks at me in my eyes, and she already knew I was stoned. Like, my eyes must have been beet red, bro. Okay, because they felt heavy. Okay, they felt heavy. So if my eyes felt heavy, and just my first class, she looks at me and she's like, "You're high." It's like done deal. She looks at me. She says, "Sit down." I sit down. She just goes back to her seat. Does not say anything. I don't say anything. I just look at my phone. Like, my friends come back. Like, they go towards me and like, "Yo, what you doing here?" And like, "Oh, I didn't get called up or anything." They're like, "Didn't?" I'm like, "No." And turns out one of my friends, Alex, fucking snitched on us. Like, he broke out in tears. It was like, he just broke out in tears and like told the dean. But the thing was, for some reason, he didn't tell like the dean on like me smoking. He just said that I was there. He just said I was there. So I was like, "You snitched on me, but you didn't, because you didn't say it smoked nice." But he did tell my other friend, the one that, brought the weed. So, like, we were so chill. My friend was, like, a bit annoyed, because, like, he got, like, suspended. I didn't get in trouble, really. I got called up into, like, a couple, like, hours later. But by that time, I asked a friend if they had any eye drops, and I took some, and boom, my eyes were back to normal. Because, like, majority of my friends were stoners. Not thinking about it. Majority of them. So they had like eye drops, cologne on them. I had a friend who just had cologne just to smell good. So like I just asked him for cologne. So yeah, good thing he had cologne because I still smelled. But yeah, not that much. So it was mainly just the front part because what I was doing was like smoking down. Like I was smoking and then like exhaling like kind of downwards. So it was like getting on my shirt, like only the front part, not the back part or anything. So yeah. As my friends get, caught up and everything, I'm like, wow, I just fucking dodged a bullet. Because I would have gotten in so much trouble with my mom, the deans and shit. Like, that would have been on my record. Fuck that. Like, yeah. So, basically, that's like basically the end of the story. I didn't get caught. My friends got fucked. Like, they got suspended for, like, out of school suspension for, like, a week, both of them. Yeah. But I just think the dean didn't really suspend me because he liked me. Because, like, the dean, he could have like definitely like done a lot more than just suspension for a week. So I think he was just chill with us because the dean was really chill with us. We were really nice to the dean. The dean was nice to us. So I think it was because of that. But yeah, I'm with the dean. Well, I was with the dean talking to him for a bit. He didn't really give me in trouble. He just asked if I was doing it. I lied, said no. I think he knows lying, but he just didn't care because we were just chill. We were really close. Like, I used to go to lunch and sit with him. Like, I would like sitting with him. Just talk to him for a bit with my friends. So yeah, I didn't get in trouble. I'm lucky I didn't get in trouble. My mom definitely would have fucking done something. So yeah, I'm happy because of that. So yeah, basically in the story, the lesson of the story is, don't smoke weed at school. Don't be a dumbass, okay? Don't smoke weed at school. There's no point. Just smoke weed outside. Like, you literally have a better time smoking weed outside with your friends than smoking inside, trying to not high, being all fucking paranoid and anxious because you think the teacher's looking at you and she knows you're high, okay? Might as well just, like, not fucking, like, do anything. Anyways, that's the end of the story time. I'll be talking about the first time that I got really high. First time smoking weed at the school park. And yeah, see you later. I'll be posting a video in like 3 days. See ya.